first things I'm learning about this campaign thing, and the first thing they told me to do is always start on time. 1:30. I know it's hot. I'm not going to keep you here real long, but I do appreciate everyone coming out. I'm Pete Armstrong, and I'm running for the Rocky Mount City Council, Ward 7. I love Rocky Mount. I have lived in Rocky Mount for over 43 years and have lived in Ward 7 for 32 of those 43 years. I'm currently the president of the North Green Village Association. I moved to Rocky Mount in 1978 when Ed Turnley, director of recreation at that time, and I doubt many people in this audience today know Ed Turnley, but he was one of the finest people I ever knew in my life. But he hired me to come, and I ran the South Rocky Mount Community Center, which actually was under construction at the time I came to Rocky Mount. I advanced through the Parks and Recreation Department. I did special events at the Down East Festival. I was superintendent of recreation. And then finally, in 1999, became director of Parks and Recreation. 6 months after becoming director, Hurricane Floyd hit and destroyed many of our parks and recreation facilities. The next 6 years were spent working to replace and improve those facilities and building others, including the Imperial Center. Some of the other facilities that I was involved in were the Rocky Mount Sports Complex, the Denton Street Pool, and Steph Talbot Park. The goal for local government should be to assist and support that growth. We should be listening to our citizens, businesses, and civic leaders and other experts on how we should be preparing for the future. My first and foremost allegiance is to the citizens of Ward 7. I'm very proud to say that to me, Ward 7 is one of the most diverse wards in the city. We work every day to try to improve the life of folks in our ward, and I want the opportunity to do that for the whole Ward 7. I commend the current City Council on their work with affordable housing, and I think we can place more emphasis on rebuilding the many wonderful houses in our neighborhoods, Stephanie, wherever you are, instead of building housing projects. Obviously, reducing crime and providing our citizens with a safe environment are both very important issues. I'm excited to see the work of our new police chief, and I would look forward to working together with him and others as we work toward a strategic plan to address crime and providing a safe environment. This effort will take all the citizens, with the council leading the way. During our recovery from Floyd, we had the motto of building back better. We were able to do that. However, there are still many ways that we can work toward improving the quality of life of all our citizens, not in just one ward or two wards, but all our citizens. Obviously, dealing with housing is one of those ways, but also many of our average citizens, like you and I, don't have access to parks, swimming pools, or other amenities that are important to our quality of life. These essential services not only improve the quality of life for the people living in Rocky Mount, but they also serve as an incentive for new people to move here and join our community. As we move forward, Rocky Mount has an exciting future. Downtown development, though not as fast as we would like it, is moving forward. New businesses are being announced regularly, but our government must stay on top of what this means for the future of Rocky Mount. Providing adequate housing, increasing safety, providing new and innovative parks and recreation opportunities, providing an educated workforce that meets the needs of business and industry, recruiting new businesses and industry, as well as always supporting the local small business people. To do this all effectively, we must have a strong working relationship with both Edgecombe and Nash County. Rocky Mount is not a standalone island. We can be a dynamic region with a spirit of cooperation. I've been amazed at the reception that I received regarding my candidacy. But it must be said that I am just one person, but I do have a long career of building consensus among people in our city, in counties all over the state, and even at the state level working for state government. The task before us cannot be done by one person, the city council or city government. It requires the involvement of each citizen of Rocky Mount. One of the first steps you can take is to vote. So many people have indicated their support for me, but I tell them quickly, it does not matter if you do not vote. And I know that a lot of you people here today are not necessarily in Ward 7, but I would say the same is true for your ward, that you must vote if you're going to make a difference. One of my priorities as a candidate is to listen to you, the citizens. If you have a group of people that you'd like for me to address, a club or a church group, please let me know. If you personally have a question or an idea, please let me know. I'm a good listener. If you're willing to help me be a success, please take time to fill out one of the sheets that they have on the back table back there. No campaign can be successful without good people, and I would like to recognize 4 people who are helping me with my campaign to this point. It would be my luck that 3 of those 4 people are not here today, but that's okay. They have good excuses. My friends Marion Stoga and Sharon Eichelberger, they're up in Maine. Now, I don't understand why they'd rather go to Maine than stand out here at 90-degree temperature and hear Pete talk. I also have a campaign advisor who's helping me out a lot, and that's Jim Martin. And Jim could not be with me today or be with us today. I think most of you, a lot of you are aware of the situations going on in his family's life, and they had to be at Duke. But Jim is committed to the campaign, and I'm excited to have his experience involved in it. And last but not least is our guy that's helping me raise the funds. And he is here today, and I wanted to call on Tom Betts to come in and say a word or two. Tom?
Thank you, Pete. As you all know, Pete kind of reminds me of an old John Deere tractor. He's easy to start and he's hard to stop. But that John Deere needs some fuel. I've got over $6,000 worth of checks here that I'm ready to give Marion Stoga. I have asked Pete not to touch a dime, not to solicit a dime. I got Patsy Farabee's check in the mail this morning, and thank you, Patsy, and I am expecting a lot of you to follow suit. So please, please help me help Pete. We have a chance to make a real difference. I'll be around after the ceremony and be glad to talk with any of you. Thank you for your help.
Tom wanted to have a booth out there at the parking lot, so when you got out, he wouldn't let you out until you paid, but we decided not to do that. As I said in the beginning, I love Rocky Mount. I will do everything I can to make the city the best it can be. With your help, it will be a little bit easier. I have to take a moment and thank my family for their love and support. And a lot of these folks you see behind me are family, and I appreciate them coming out. But I have to take a moment to introduce to you one very special person here. I'd like to think she lives in Irvine, California, And I would like to think that she came to Rocky Mount for this ceremony, but nope. She came to visit with her mother, and she's a former Miss Rocky Mount, so you might remember her. That's Donna Armstrong Miramontes. Donna, thank you for coming. The election isn't until March 8th, so it will be a while before we get into full swing of things, but get ready. We're going at them. Together, we can make a difference in Rocky Mount. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being here today. Thank you.